our time is now and his time is over. It's unfortunate. We saw the retirement of the one, the only, the great John Cena, the Juan Cena, for those who out there saw him in the mask days. What's happening? It's TSK, it's Rob, it's Harold, it's DC. Hey, we're back in regular form. It's kind of a great thing. And all for the man we call John Cena. It's crazy to think that his last show was a Saturday Night's Main Event, a show that has all of a sudden randomly being popularized, maybe even overused, or whatever the hell terminology, fun way we could go about it. But that was his exit. His exit was kind of the way he wanted to go. He went against Gunther. We'll get into the whole card. But again, this whole thing is about, I guess, reflection and a review. Of course, we got to review the show. But reflection, John Cena's 23 years in this industry, 17-time WWE champion, the world, the most in history. You can be the guy. I'm not going to be the guy today. I just did the quotes to get it out of the way. Yep, there's so many. But it's come to a head. The days of us, I'm sure I was not the only one, of absolutely hating the Super Cena days are kind of now missing the Super Cena days. Hell, he got a Super Cena chant for crying out loud in this match against Gunther. It was crazy to see it. The internet has gone absolutely rampant. It has become a thing where grown men were noticed crying by their wives or significant others just to be like, what's going on? John Cena is retiring. Probably one of the last bits of my childhood has finally come to an end. So, with all that being said, I have to be completely honest, and I was in the exact sentiments of, is this my last bit of childhood? Is there nothing left of my childhood? And other than one guy in football who's going to retire, re-retire again in like 4 weeks, yeah, John Cena was the last bit of childhood I was hanging on to, clinging on to. I mean, you could still watch SpongeBob or whatever, but I don't know if there's any new ones.
We still got Randy. We got Randy for a couple more years.
That's right. We still got Randy. He'll never retire, this guy.
Hopefully. I mean, he thinks he's going to do another 10, but I think that net going to say different.
Yeah, I don't know about 10. 3, 4, sure. 10, I don't know.
His neck said, the fuck you is. We going out in 3.
If you're lucky. Oh, yeah, man.
Next time, be like, the fuck you just say, boy?
Exactly. So, before we get into the show, thoughts on, I guess just overall, how did you feel? Did you get in the feels? Did you shed a tear? I know Beer shed a tear. He said it so himself. How did this retirement hit you in the feels?
Of course it did. I mean, we're all of the age of, we remember when John Cena first debuted.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was 17 years old. So, I mean, I was a little bit older. But, it was still very impactful, even throughout the course of his career. Little things that he did, like never give up. That's something that I adopted into my everyday real life.
Yeah.
Hustle, loyalty, respect. Another one. That's something that I've adopted into my everyday fucking life. So, watching Cena come out for the last time, that definitely got me. And I guess when we get to the actual talking about the match, we'll go a little more into that. But yeah, watching him come out, that was tough.
I think going up, like Rob, I kind of started with Cena like when I was 16, and if you would have told me back then, this dude in these bright colored shorts, would become arguably one of the absolute greatest of all time on, the Bruno, the Hogan, the Flair, that upper echelon. John Cena's on that list.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. And it was a okay last run, but what got me was the next day seeing him moved to the alumni section. It just it feels weird.
Yeah.
It's like when a coworker leaves a job and management clears out their locker that same day. It's like, God damn, couldn't you at least give the brother a week?
Right?
Like,
Give us a bit of hope he'll randomly
something?
want to come back? No. Nope. It's over with.
And, I think when you have people, who never worked with him ever, you have, people in other promotions that are like, giving him his props, you know, I believe it was maybe a week or so ago when Bryan Danielson said, hey, I don't really watch TV anymore. Nothing but nice things to say to John.
Nothing.
And I think it goes to show you who he evolved. And, we all know getting older, we look back at things. We look back and we think, hey, did I make the right call with this? Or, I really shouldn't have done that. Cena's admitted, like, there are matches where he mentioned the whole Nexus versus Team Cena from, what was it, like 2012?
I think before that a little bit, but close, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was like 2010, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like a
right
little bit
around
before it.
And he admitted, he said, we should not have won that. It should have been them. Well, we always knew in the past that he was going off to do his movies, but it was always like, he'll be back in a couple months, or he'll come back around Mania time, and maybe he'll do something. Now it's like, he ain't coming back.
He's not.
He gone.
Harold, some
I'm
thoughts?
kind of hoping maybe he'd pull a Mark Henry, and do the fake retire and be like, "This is the real heel turn."
That would be sick. But oh well. Harold, anything?
You know what? I had a little different perspective with Cena. Cena kind of came in right when I started tuning out of WWE. So he kind of represented all the reasons I didn't watch WWE for a long time. Once I came back watching in 2014, of course, he was still there. And, he was still annoying to me. But then, you know what? He started working with guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, started doing the U.S. Open Challenge, started adding more moves to his repertoire. When he didn't have to, he was already a megastar at this point. Mm-hmm. So that kind of earned me some respect or some repertoire with John Cena. Plus, him being such a big part of like Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
As DC had mentioned and Mo, you mentioned, kind of like the Hulk Hogan character. I brought that up several times while watching this show. Like, he was definitely a Hulk Hogan-esque character and up in that upper echelon of very few people who basically carried the industry on their back through good times, bad times, and remained consistent, positive, just an awesome role model for kids. Despite his own personal backstage issues, the character was always steadfast. So yeah, it definitely meant something watching that on Saturday.
To piggyback off that real quick, I would make the point that the character of John Cena, to me, I would compare that to the longevity of The Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was there did the character evolve? Yeah, but by and large, like, there were things The Undertaker just didn't do. There were things Cena just didn't do. So, arguably one of the greatest characters WWE has ever created.
Hands down, 100% agree. And that'll lead us right on into, speaking of creations, I should say, that leads us right into the opener. One creation that WWE has made, or I guess NXT has made, is taking the world by storm, and this guy is going to he should be in the Rumble, and if he's not, I will fucking riot, and I'm sure I'm not the only one there. Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes, Undisputed Champion versus NXT Champion just a good old-fashioned match. This thing kicked ass. I'm not even going to, like, sugarcoat it. This match was awesome for the first
100%.
8 minutes, 45 seconds. And then Drew McIntyre showed up.
You motherfucker.
Fuck the Drew McIntyre.
I've never been, like, really mad at an interference, but I was mad.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was
one time.
thoroughly enjoying myself. This match was
fully invested.
Yeah, was on a such of a caliber where it was like, dude, why isn't Cody wrestle like this all the fucking time? Why aren't we getting this shit all the time? And again, for 8 minutes, it was like I thought I was watching the main roster, dude. But Femi absolutely looks the fucking part. This guy is
Crowd pop for him.
dude. He's a fucking brick shithouse. This fella's magnificently huge. Magnificently huge. And he's all fucking strutting down in the ring like that's how you know you're a badass. That's how you know you're a badass.
You know, you look at this match especially, Oba to me, like, you could look and be like, yeah, I could see this guy headlining Mania at some point. I could see this guy walking down to the ring with either the World Heavyweight title or the WWE title.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's got a chant, and people are digging it. Like, I'm like, you see him, and it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
and now
I love that
you start
analogy.
thinking, like, want to see him with guys like Bronson Reed, guys, you know, like Braun Breaker, like all these guys, you want to see it.
Goddamn, Drew McIntyre has to go and fuck that up. Of all nights, the one night, you could have left it alone. You could have left that alone, you motherfucker.
I mean, could have ended in like a double count out, or like you could have did some kind of whatever. Or, and I had said this on Max, you let Oba win. Give him the even more of a massive fucking push and be like, this motherfucker is for real. And then when he shows up in the Rumble, everybody's shitting their pants because, holy shit, that's the dude that beat Cody Rhodes. That's the NXT champion that won't let Ricky Saints do a damn thing. Like, you have momentum behind it. Now it's like, okay, people kind of know who he is. They took attention to him. They're going to probably follow the name. Does that mean they're going to watch NXT? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not. Does that mean they're
not at all.
No. Does that mean they're going to remember this fella at the end of January? I don't know. I don't know. I think that's where the biggest issues are.
It's a gamble for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100% a gamble because it's like it's now you're hoping that was enough. Was it enough? And now that's gonna be the question for the next 6 weeks until the Rumble. Was that enough to get Oba Femi truly over in the main roster realm? I think so. I want to be optimistic enough and say yes. Yes, it did. Yes, it is. He'll get a massive pop. He'll hit the fucking ground running, and all's well in the world. However, as Harold pointed out perfectly, it's a fucking gamble. And it's a gamble where I don't know if you really want to take that gamble. I'm not saying the guy can't get over in a fucking day because you can't look at him. But it's just, with all the issues that have been happening with the wrong calls, with the burying of this guy, the burying of that guy, supposedly according to the internet, you have another one who's prime time. And you would be on this, if it doesn't come to fruition, you're on the same route as tarnishing them, just like you almost did Jade Cargill. Just like you basically did Naomi right after she got hot and then got pregnant. Well, that's different. So I guess they didn't really do it. It was Jay's fault. Goddamn Jay. Or was it Jimmy? Jimmy, big Jimmy.
Jim.
Hey, they look alike. I got myself confused. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. But it goes back to our original point of letting Oba get the win. If he would have got the win, that would have been a no shit moment. People wouldn't have forgotten that Oba Femi pinned the world champion. So when he does show up for the Rumble, it's just like, oh shit, this guy's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Drew fucked that up. Thanks, Drew.
I
Scottish bastard.
understand their logic. On the one hand, you don't want to have Obafemi lose because he's the world champ. He's their world champion. You don't want to do that. But then on the other hand, you don't want Cody to lose because the WWE champion just lost to an NXT guy. Now, if Oba was already on the main roster, I'd say absolutely. Do I necessarily agree with this? No. I think there are other ways around this that they could have done.
And I don't mean to interrupt you. I was like, but if I'm not, didn't Adam Cole beat, was it Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan when he was WWE champion? And Adam Cole was NXT champion?
Kevin Owens was NXT champion when he beat John Cena.
Oh, that's right, yeah. When he was US champ. It's again, and look at how big Kevin Owens got.
Yeah.
Him big.
So, I mean, realistically, you still could have gone with the Drew McIntyre interference, but what if ref doesn't see it? Beats down Cody, Oba hits the power bomb, or whatever they want to make the finish. Oba wins. So then, Oba technically pins the WWE champion,
but they still got.
But it wasn't necessarily. So I mean, there were ways they could have done it. I just felt like with it being as important an event as it was, it was a bitch move.
It was a bitch move.
I like
played
that.
it safe. Stop playing it safe.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Love it.
It was a bitch move, just like the ending to Raw tonight.
All the shots fired. Any extra thoughts on this, Harold?
You know what? I love the match, and it kind of plays back into what I was saying about Cena having the Hulk Hogan-like quality. That match felt like something that Hulk Hogan could have pulled off. It just felt like that, not technical wise. I mean, as far as the feeling behind it, to me, it kind of felt like the foreign heel versus the hero.
The all-American.
Yep.
It had that look. Cody was given the vibe, the kind of dynamics of the psychology they were using with Cody trying different moves in his arsenal, and they just weren't having the same effect that they usually had. They were just building such a good a match we've all seen before, but such a good version of it.
Yes.
And like I was saying earlier, we were just getting invested, and then Drew comes out, and it's like, man, what that match could have been if had on maybe another 5-7 minutes. But
John wanted this to be an exhibition between the NXT guys and the main roster guys, and I hope he said something like, "Bitch, this wasn't the night for that."
I really hope so.
I just think it was cool that it kind of matched the vibe of, John Cena's last night. I felt like the match in itself was kind of an homage in that way before it got screwed over.
Yeah, big time.
Cody in an interview said, I don't know if it was last week or a couple weeks ago, but he said, I realize I'm getting older. I don't have much time left. He said, I've got another couple of years. And he said, but man, the crop of kids in NXT right now.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Obafemi, I could see as a world heavyweight champion or one of the world champions. Any of them. There are so many talented people. Good match, solid match, very Cena-like in its layout. But man, was I hoping for something better. And it was a non-title match, so you could have had Oba win.
Yeah, again, we can make every argument in the world of why they should have did this or why they should have did that, but we ended up with the fuckery, as we all have to share the same sentiments as Rob. But we talked about quality, quality coming from NXT, and this is more quality. So Ruka taking on Bayley and just again another standard match, just NXT versus WWE, I guess in a way, and so I've seen Sol Roca a couple of times. Nothing to the magnitude of which I could be like, bro, you got to watch her, bro. You know what I mean? She's the next big thing, bro. You know, turn into Vince Russo doing it. But it's I haven't seen enough of her. And then I watched this match, and it's one of those things where it's like, cool, where can I go back and find some more? Because she was utterly impressive. Now, I say that knowing that she's in there with Bayley. And Bayley she is as sound as a pound, as they say. She is the pinnacle of this women's division right now. She may not be the most over. She may not be the most relevant, whatever you want to pickle it. But if there's ever anybody you need to say, hey, go out there and have a banger, you put Bayley on one side. You sit down, you talk it out or whatever, or you just say, let's let it fly because she's got such a knowledge for this thing. And it was just one of these matches where not only did Sol Roca look good, but she looked good in a way, not where it's like, oh, you know, well, Bayley is of old. And it's like, no, Bayley went out there. She showed, like, I'm still the shit. There's a reason why I got this cool new entrance and all this dumbass shit. They got rid of the fucking, inflatable arm waving tube men and shit. I'm the real deal. And it just was on such a level where I'm having to remind myself I'm watching WWE's Saturday night's main event. Other than the fucking ladies that are in the ring, I had to remind myself I'm not watching professional wrestling, even though I swear to God, Michael Cole said that like so many times tonight or the other night. It was just awesome. So Roca picks up the W against Bayley. Massive, massive, massive. I'm sure she could be on her way to the main. There's so many girls in NXT that could be on the main roster come January. There's so many of them. There's just so much talent in there. So much.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Very solid match. Very
you got
solid.
JC Jane, you got Zarya, you got so many fucking people.
It's quality.
You know, and I think Bayley is one of those people that I've always been a Bayley fan. I wish, they did more with her. Like, if she opts to not renew, Tony's making the call.
I'll pay you.
Oh, yeah, he better. He better. But, you know what I noticed during this match about Sol Roca, which makes her kind of unique, is she's kind of tall and lanky.
Yeah.
But her gimmick or her thing is the high flying thing. So when she's doing these moves, the length of her limbs being so lengthy, it almost makes the moves look like they're at full speed and slow motion at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Everything she does just has this look of this impact, and I think that's why a lot of her offense it almost be even kind of basic, lucha style, but just the way she performs it just has this pop to it. And Bayley, being the ring general, just put on an absolute banger, and I really hope people get excited about the new crop of NXT talent after watching this show.
Exactly, and my thought was there's got to be somebody in that crowd, somebody that's watching tonight or the other night rather, that has no idea about NXT, that probably never gave NXT a chance, who probably has no idea who any of these people are. After watching this show, they might go, oh, hey, I'm not doing anything Tuesdays at 5. Let's check out this NXT. If these people are as awesome as what I've seen, I'm sure there's more. Let's go check out the show. Let's dive in. It's a fucking WWE product. God damn. Watch it. It's not bad.
No, not at all. Shockingly good, and this show itself was a reason for it. Now we go from shockingly good to shocking. AJ Styles, Dragon Lee. I have dubbed them quote unquote AJ Lee. I think it would be absolutely hilarious if they would just walk around as quote unquote AJ Lee. That way, if they're like, "Oh, AJ Lee's a tag team," you can just make all kinds of stupid jokes. And again, I was very intoxicated when I came up with that idea against a tag team that I have been impressed with since October. Javon Evans and Lee on Slater. These we talk about these up and comers that just have it. These two dudes could absolutely make it as singles guys, make it as a tag team. They would be as relevant as the day is long the second they get on the main. However, I feel they would do better in NXT just a little longer. But we actually relatively good match for this one. Dragon Lee starts it out. AJ Styles gets the hot tag. And I love when AJ gets the hot tag because he's like the mean old guy. I got to go out there and not only am I fast and I have this like luchador-ish style, but I'm going to beat the shit out of you as I do it. And I fucking love it. It's I don't know. It's just his way of going out. Javon Evans and Leon Slater, though, these guys, their level of selling, awesome. Their facial expressions kill me. These guys, like, the way they react to shit absolutely kills me. They're over the top. They're overly charismatic. They're awesome. And as this match seems to be picking up, AJ goes for a flying forearm, completely eats shit, and they go basically 35 seconds in and then go to a finish. And AJ Styles and Dragon Lee pick up the win against Javon Evans and Leon Slater. I'm very curious if AJ was like, he hit the ground, he was like, man, just fucking throw this thing out, man. Just disappointed with himself. Because it's what it kind of felt like. I kind of felt like you could have given him at least another 3 or 4 minutes, even after the botch. You know what I mean? You could have given him another 3-4 minutes, but I felt like he was just like, fucking get rid of it. So it is what it is. The match barely went 6.5. So decent showing.
You know, I got to give big props to Leon Slater, though, because when AJ did miss that phenomenal forearm and did fall on the floor, Leon didn't freeze. He reacted like
he
that.
Jumped on it.
He went right on it. I was just like, man, there's people twice your age that probably wouldn't have had that instinct to react like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking cool.
You know, the dude he's 21 years old, but my God, is he going to be a huge name?
Oh yeah.
I think it's safe to say when that TNA contract is up, he's coming.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Almost next day type of shit.
And it's only with Leon Slater. No, Javon Evans. People, there was that interview that Swerve did, I think, with Chris Van Vliet, just talking about how good he is.
Oh yeah, he was ranting and raving about him.
Said Javon Evans is better at 21 than he was at 30.
And I'm like, damn. That's saying something.
It's not
like,
wrong.
Javon is a dude. Again, there are so many people in NXT that could lead the company. That if you need to say, hey, here's the company, we need you to carry it on your back.
Trick Williams.
That could do it.
There's a plethora.
Just don't wait 15 years to give this man his run.
Yeah, you can't. You really can't. You got to start laying the foundation. You can't do the Carmelo Hayes with them either.
Oh, thank you. What an example.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all the momentum is gone off that boy.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do it, please. I mean, when you get him, use him wisely, because we assure you that he is going to be something in this industry for a long, long, long time coming. Just don't fumble the ball on this one. So
very much so, but props to Uncle Allen though.
Hey.
He was keeping up with the youngsters.
He's out there hanging with the kids.
He looked like X Division Uncle Allen for a minute until he didn't, and
until he slipped.
It's mad respect to a guy who's only a couple years older than I am, keeping up with the young kids. Good on you, Unc.
Good job, Uncle Allen. So we get to the reason why everybody was watching, why grown men were sitting with a box of tissue right next to him. John Cena versus Gunther. Oh, well, hey, pause. For other reasons, nose tissue, fellas. Nose tissue for the runny nose and such.
Candy. Tony Khan is on the other channel.
Yes, he is. Oh, wait, the nose candy, the thunder snow. Anyway, John Cena's retirement match. He wanted this. It came out. I really wanted to say in September, maybe October, maybe. I want to say September, that his last match was going to be against Gunther. And we were like, oh, that's stupid. Oh, that sucks. Oh, it's like, but why? He's going to put a dude over who is basically, again, as we continuously have said, the Hulk Hogan to the evil foreigner. You know, the American hero to the evil bad guy, which is exactly what we got in this one. So a little over 23 minutes, or about 23, 45, almost 24 minutes long. John Cena goes in there and wrestles in the big way that he knows how. He goes in there, he's hitting multiple AAs, he's doing the super AA. They're fighting out in the ring. It looks like he was going to be powerbombed through a commentary table. He ends up hitting an AA through a commentary table. It's just utter bananas. He gets out of one choke, which I was like, that thing is in there deep. And I'm like, why would you like release it? But he does. There was another time where he got an STF, giggity. And again, same thing. It was locked in, and Gunther was too far away from the ropes, but yet he gets up just to pull him back anyway, just to add to the dramatics. It was what it was. He was eating powerbomb left and right, was getting out of these guillotine or these rear naked chokes, but then it eventually became too much. The mad, crazy, fearsome Austrian cinched one in, and it was just tight enough to make a man smile, and then allow him to tap out for the first time in 23 years. John Cena's career is no more as Gunther picks up the win. Is now his second legend that he has ended. The first one was Goldberg. Now it's John Cena. Excuse me. Bill Goldberg. And rumor has it, the next one's going to be Brock Lesnar. We'll see.
You know, I would agree. I did hear that rumor. You know, I heard AJ. The issue is with it being Brock. If you want to turn Gunther face, cool, yeah, that would work. But the problem is, people legit don't like Brock Lesnar.
No.
For obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons.
That we have covered on this show.
Numerous times.
And people are going to cheer Gunther. But when you see that video of after the show and the crowd and people, like, they had to have extra security for Gunther.
You didn't even talk about the aftermath, but yeah, you're not wrong. He needed extra security to get out of the building.
Not real, people.
Oh, it's real to me, damn it.
Damn it.
Couldn't help myself. All right, so before we get into the aftermath that it was, any other thoughts on this one, Harold? Any thoughts? Did you enjoy the match? Did it go out the way you figured it would?
I figured he would lose.
Yeah.
I figured he would pass out at the end instead of tapping. The tap was a surprise. The match itself felt like a generic Cena pay-per-view match. He hit all the spots I thought he was, lots of teases, going through the announce table, etc. So I mean, fairly solid match. Gunther did his best, and yeah, what can you say?
That's it. Rob, anything?
No, that match was ass.
That match was ass. Oh God, he went out wrong.
The whole thing has been ass. I was never a fan of the whole tournament because, like, what's the fucking purpose? Like, we all knew who it was going to be. You just fucking strung everybody along for a month and a half for goddamn nothing.
Yep.
We lost LA Knight in the process. He's been murdered by Bronson Reed.
Literal murder.
Again.
I drove Jay back to drinking.
Oh, like, fucking yeah.
What are we doing? Was not a fan of the whole tournament. As far as Cena tapping out, didn't like it. Match, I just didn't like any of it. Crap.
I will say this. Having it be Gunther makes sense. you're trying to build up a new monster. Yeah, Brock's on his way out. You need some charisma and can do it. Brock Lesnar could never cut a promo to save his life. Still can't.
Agreed.
No argument. Case.
But as far as the match was, yeah. I mean, Cena's. You could tell Cena was time. It was time for him to go. Could the old Cena of of the early 2000s and the 2010s have had a better match with Gunther? I think so. I think he could have.
Possible.
But Gunther winning made sense. The tap out. My issue with the tap out was it was
very nonchalant.
And to me, the smile was stupid.
Yeah, it kind of put a damper on the whole thing.
You could have literally had Gunther just have it locked in and then do the old school, lift the arm up 3 times. You could have done that.
I mean, they did tease it.
Just pass out, or you could have had Cena where he's hesitating, he doesn't want to do it, and then
yeah,
that would have worked. But also, the other point we need to consider, as big of a character and a person as John Cena is or was, nothing would have made people happy. They would have bitched about literally any fucking finish we would have gotten. Any person it would have been. Whether it was LA Knight, or whether it was Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Whether it was, Jey Uso, which, he's his own worst enemy.
Oh, yeah.
Jay did this to Jay. So it was the right call for Gunther. Where they go from here with him.
Right.
Is it possible
possibly
that they had a different ending planned and Cena went into business for himself?
I'm not going to go that far. No, I think Cena's so old school. He was like, look, bro, I'm losing.
You know what? The whole smile and everything?
It's possible. It's possible. We can live in fantasy land about it.
And the thing about that is we'll never know because John will never say.
No, the only reason where I kind of don't believe that is that they have since uploaded video to their social medias of there's that video of Punk and Bailey.
Oh yeah.
There was that video of Lillian Garcia, which the only other time I could kind of remember that happening was when Brock broke the streak. Because literally no one knew.
Yeah, no.
They didn't know that Cena was maybe they knew he was losing. Maybe they figured, he's just going to get pinned 1, 2, 3. But I was not shocked about the tap out. And, the one thing that I would have had done, I would have had the camera scan the entire audience.
Yeah.
Anybody crying, boom.
Again, you brought up.
I would use it for Gunther.
I mean, you brought up Taker and Lesnar, and that's exactly what they did. They panned the crowd to see the shock, the awe, the what the fuck happens, all those great, crazy looks. So, yeah, you could have did it. You could have did some more. It is what it is. It's a stepping stone for Gunther to now continue to be legends. I'm very much of the notion of we missed out on a good chunk of what we could have had of the last bit of John Cena run. I'm 100% with Rob. Had no fucking reason for a goddamn tournament. None. Again, you announce Gunther or whatever, or we find out through the goddamn dirt sheets, cool. Then give him his 220 matches that he asked for and let him fucking just run through everybody. Everyone gets a shot at John. What's the worst that's going to happen? He's going to end up with a broken nose and still wrestle with it for 3 weeks? Because he does? Because he's a fucking maniac? It could have just been a little more simplistic But apparently having the old guy that's over is a bad idea. To have him there for longer than he was. So I'm sure that's partially the reason why everybody in goddamn Washington, D.C. was chanting, fuck you, Triple H, and Triple H sucks, and God only knows what else for Triple H. We fucking hate him, apparently. Apparently he's
AEW.
like, it's goddamn Antichrist. AEW, don't forget that part. So he comes out, Stephanie's out, the whole locker room comes out. They're all just there to, like, at first they did nothing, and then they started clapping. But I was just like, well, you guys are just fucking standing there like a bunch of fucking jahoobs. So then,
The fuck are you doing?
just hanging out, I guess. So he ends up leaving his wristbands and his not Nike, but old man version of Nike shoes in the goddamn middle of the ring.
He got the New Balance. The
Yeah.
New Balance ones.
For Triple E.
I don't know what the
Oh,
fuck
Triple
joints.
E,
I don't know what
baby.
the fuck those joints were. Always it said like APL on them or whatever. I was like, look that shit up, and apparently there was some like orthopedic type. I was like, hey man, whatever floats your boat there, old man. Some orthopedics in the
Did
joint.
she?
So
We'll be there soon enough, no.
hey,
But
not the truth.
but then what the fuck was with Cody and Punk putting the belts on him?
I don't know. I'm so glad you brought that up because I'm
Cody's
like,
idea, I bet you.
I was like, are you guys
I
giving
think
him
my
the belt?
daddy knew it what?
I was like, are they gonna take them and they're gonna make new titles? Because that'd be cool. All right, cool.
No.
That's the idea. No.
Because even John looked like, what the fuck are you guys
Yeah,
doing?
And then he's all-
what's
they're-
going on?
They're all telling him,
Why
like, go
am I
around to
holding
each
this
corner. They'll like it. No, they won't. Yeah, they will.
No.
He looks
No.
like a fucking
Make him
kid.
kiss.
He looks right. he looks like a kid on Christmas that got something he didn't want, and his mom's like, "Come on, take a picture." He did not give a shit until like the third one.
On that.
He did not give a shit until the third one. It was hilarious.
And then Triple H gets on the apron.
Oh, dude, the fucking
Why?
nuclear heat
Why?
this guy got. 14,000 in this fucking arena, just giving him all the business.
Triple H has more heat than Gunther right now.
That's true.
What the fuck for?
Hell, he's got more heat than fucking Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar is fucking being accused of a whole bunch of SA. So, I mean,
Oh, son of a bitch.
just saying. Fuck. Priorities are a son of a bitch. All right, boys and girls.
You could
Go ahead.
tell Punk didn't even want to do it. He even thought it was stupid.
It was stupid.
It was Cody. I'm telling you.
Cody's like, we should do this, man. Listen to me. I'm a leader now.
He'll be like the double idol champion forever.
Forever. Like, okay.
You're our forever
Only if you raise it 4 times in 4 different directions, though.
Yeah, only. Only
They
if.
probably
So bad.
they probably wanted it to be able to take a picture. And they'll have Cena sign a whole bunch of them. They'll put it on WWE Shop, charge $800 fucking dollars.
Yep.
And people will buy
Damn,
the shit.
man,
Follow
bucks
the
for
money.
the Signy.
Follow the money. Every time.
Vince wasn't lying when he said it's all about the money.
He says, suck my D. Oh, I love it. All right, well,
TKO said bet.
bet we got something for you. Well, that is, boys and girls. That's what we got for you. Merry Christmas to you, even though we're about 10 days out. The kids are clamoring for it. Hope you enjoyed this. Technically, this is going to be a 2-episode Tuesday because it works out with the cool terminology like that. A very older than it should be WrestlePalooza will be dropping early this morning. And later this afternoon, you get this guy because, it's in the afternoon. That's how you got to do. You got to do 2 in a day to get your, it was an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, fucking maybe 2 will keep him away for a month. Well, there you go. 2 episodes of the TSK. And don't trip. We'll be back, though, in a few weeks to cover, I think we got World's End coming up. Or is that next
World's
Saturday?
End.
That's right. World's End next Saturday.
The Saturday after.
It's going to be after the Christmas. After the Christmas. So, all right, before we get on about here, let's see what the boys are doing. And trust me, there's no shortage of them hanging out with the one, the great, the Mike Larkin. So because of that, I want to start with Harold. What's going down, Harold? What's happening? Have we got anywhere new to eat? Are we planning another vacation? Tell me we're going somewhere tropical.
You know what? We just came back from Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico.
which was a beautiful tropical island.
Hung out with
But
Bad
you know
Bunny.
what? the Two Sweet Click Adventures has been on a hiatus for a few months. Just working on a few other things on the side,
Hey.
getting some much needed things done. So maybe after this new year, we'll be hitting you up with some new uh, food places to eat, possibly some events going down in the
Hey.
Los Angeles area. That sounds like something you're interested in. Check out Two Sweet Click Adventures on Instagram and YouTube.
On the YouTube, do it. It's all going to be in the links down in the description. DC,
You know
what's
it.
the word? Talk to me. What I know that you did. We actually just dropped. I want to say yesterday. You, Rob, and the great Paul Morales, the grandpa.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Okay, Shaggy.
Nice.
It wasn't me.
I'm banging on the
Pundit
sofa.
recorded,
Bumbaclots.
Pundit recorded this evening. That should be out tomorrow. I should probably more likely Wednesday, Thursday. Recorded a review of this show this past Saturday. Afterwards, was a lot more salty though.
Hey, salty spittoon.
More sour, you say?
Ooh,
Extra sour sauce.
Oh,
cider vinegar balls.
salt and vinegar balls, huh?
These fucking
We'll have to
guys
tune in.
kill me.
These fucking guys.
So lots of stuff from DC.
But DC, I got one question for you. Is your music on that Pundit episode?
The new one, yes, it will be.
The new, baby.
Fantastic.
The new. Speaking of the new, what's going down with Deep in the Heart of Wrestling?
Deep into the heart of wrestling, we recorded a show yesterday. It was Mike and myself. Our demoness is a little under the weather. She will be back next week for our episode that we're recording next week. But we kind of did a little pivot to the left. Originally, what we had planned, we're going to do next week, which was the watch along of Masahiro Chono and China from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Quality.
If you haven't seen that match, do yourself a favor. Go watch that match. It's really good. But we ended up doing a review of Saturday Night Main Event, and it was just myself and Mike, and we had we chopped it up real good, and that should actually be out tomorrow. So Deep into the Heart of Wrestling. Linktree/Blackhearts EBD3. You can find all of our social media networks, things that we do. We got a TikTok, barely. We got all of our strikes off, so
Don't get banned
it's
again.
safe. It's safe for now. So we got that. That'll be that should be up tomorrow. So the watch along we're going to be doing next week. So that'll be up for the end of the month. We've done close to 40 shows of Deep into the Heart of Wrestling this year.
Go.
So if you do watch that show, we appreciate you greatly, and thank you for watching that show. So as far as anything else I got going on, I got a bunch of music coming. I've been working a lot of musical things out. I've got a solo project called Ragaby. It's a little different from what I normally do. It's a little ambient. It's a little it's sad boy music. If you like to be emotional and sit in a corner and cry and need something to listen to, go find Ragaby. Just recently released a single called Shadows in the Rear View. It's up on Spotify. We'll put the links down in the description. Got a full-length album called The Glass Heart coming out next month. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I've got tons more, so we'll be talking about that in future episodes. I wrote Dan's theme music, by the way, so go watch the Power Driver Pundit and listen to that awesome intro and outro too, right?
Both of them, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
An intro and an outro. The best way to have it is having both, because that's how it rolls. Hell, Mankind had both, for crying out loud. So as you can tell,
Linktree/HeyI'mRob.
There you go.
Go find me.
Don't forget the Hey, he's
Rob.
Rob. That's the man right there. Check him out. Check out the Black Hearts. Check out everything Mike Larkin does. Check out the boys. Check out the projects we have going on outside of this one. It's all kinds of great stuff happening in the realm of pro wrestling and just good old fashioned talking with the friends. Trust me, we have more fun doing it than we do interacting with the people in the outside world. Except for y'all, because because we love y'all and we thank y'all for watching. So make sure you are subscribed right here to the TSK All MF in Day YouTube page, because it's where you're going to find all the new episodes. Like I said, we're very late. WrestlePalooza is going to be dropping in the morning. This drops in the afternoon, and then eventually, randomly, whenever I forget the day that I put it on, there'll be an All Out that drops. An All Out review that we did. That was like a couple months ago. So hey, we'll finally be caught up. That'll all be there, and then we will finally return in our form, maybe with some added people who knows how it goes on the weekends, for a AEW World's End review. So, with all that being said, check out everything. We've gave you something to listen to all the way up until Christmas, and we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Too Sweet, and we'll catch y'all around the bend.
I'll pay you. John Cena, I love you.
Dropping heavy, the crowds are live from the West Coast vibe, a true champion is thrive. On this wild ride, TSK on the mic for that best in pride ride. In the spotlight shining bright, watch us steal the show.
Let that make stress debate.
Then to our moment,
We gon'